Hey guys, so we're making this salsa mancha, or I call it oil salsa, and these are the ingredients. The only thing that's not here is the salt and pepper, and you just add that to taste. So you need 200 milliliters of oil, which is a little over 3/4 of a cup, and you're going to use that twice. You also need about 35 to 40 of the arbol chilies. You're going to use about 16 garlics, and they need to be crushed, so you can see they're already cracked and everything, so you want them open. Still whole, but open. And then we're going to use probably a little less than a handful of peanuts and about a teaspoon of sesame oil, of sesame seeds. So, all right, now that the oil is warmed up, we're going to add the 16 garlic. We're going to cook them. We don't want them too brown, but we want them a little bit darker than they are. All right, now that they're mostly browned, a little bit darker at least, we're going to pull them out and we're going to put them into a bowl. We're going to dump the oil and the garlic, everything, into the bowl. You don't need to worry about if they're not all cooked all the way, because they are going to keep cooking as they sit in this bowl. All right, now we've added our other 200 milliliters of oil, and the oil's hot, so now we're going to add in our arbol chilies. And we're going to start cooking them. We don't want them to get too dark. If they get too dark, it's going to make the salsa bitter. And if that happens, you're going to have to just throw them away and start over, because it's a very important step. Alright, so they've darkened a little bit, but not too much. We need to pull them out of the heat now. We're going to dump them in here with the garlics again. Alright, now with the oil that's left in the pan after you've dumped the chilies, you're going to just pour a little bit of peanuts in your hand, I like to use about this much. And we're going to just toast them in the pan. Should I add more? Also, we're using unsalted peanuts. Alright, we've toasted them. They're nice and kind of golden brown. Now we're going to dump them into the oil with the remaining ingredients here. And don't skip this step. The peanuts add such an amazing flavor. Alright, we've got all the oil and everything in here. We're going to add some salt and pepper. And this is just to your preference, whatever you guys like. We're going to blend it up good. You don't want it to be a puree. You want it to be slightly chunky and have little bits of the chilies in it still. But I don't like big chunks of chilies in mine, so I blend it up till it's nice and fine. Alright, so I ground it up. Here's the consistency. I might have ground it just a little bit too much, so you gotta be really careful. This was only for like maybe a second and a half of blending, so it's better to blend less than too much, but this will still be good. And it's very, very yummy, very tasty. We eat it on our tacos. I like to just eat it with chips. It goes well with anything you want to have salsa with. It's amazing. You guys will love it. Alright, so I dumped it into our container here, and I like to use an airtight glass container. There's no need to refrigerate it. You can if you want, but I found that the oil just gets kind of congealed. So when you want to eat it, you have to wait for it to kind of, get warmer. So I just leave it out on the counter. And you can tell I've been kind of stirring it up, but it has a tendency to settle. So, the point is not to just eat the oil. You really want to get the chunks with it. So when you're eating it, when you're serving it, don't just pour it, because you're just going to get a bunch of oil. You want to have it mixed. And maybe serve it with a spoon like this.